Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Nazri. I'm from AML Shark Team. Thank you for watching this video. Guys, every day we heard about people got scammed, mule account. Wait, so how bank can detect and prevent mule account and financial scam activities? For AML Shark Team would propose a pre-detection transaction tool to prevent financial scam and mule account activities. Number one, enhancements to KYC database. Guys, what we are doing right now, you want to leverage the KYC database. Every bank have their own KYC database. From the day one when we onboard the customer have provide all the information, including the mobile numbers. Every customer must have only one registered number, which we are able to collaborate and also be able to verify and validate with the telcos. Meaning to say, for example, Muhammad Nazir is using number 2029. When I open account with the bank A, and that Muhammad Nazir's number 2029 will be the same as registered with the telco. So this is where a unique ID where the bank have to implement on mobile numbers. And these mobile numbers are also being required where we are able to check the mobile number whether it's matched with a blacklisted under semak mule, under illegal financial scheme, and also under financial fraud alert, and also immigration database. Number two, cost saving initiative. Guys, we really know after post-COVID-19 moratorium, the economic recovery, the bank doesn't have to spend a lot of money. But what we would recommend to you guys to come up with a new ideas and also new approach more on number three, public-private partnership. Guys, our ideas is more practical. Why? If somebody's have concern about banking secrecies, you don't have to worry because we know that we have these banking secrecies requirements under MCIPD, under Personal Data Protection Act. But when the customers already given their written consent, the bank are allowed to use the information to obtain and to validate the information. That is where we requires our regulators, the Bank Negara Malaysia, to work together with the financial institution in order and also with the telcos in order to validate the mobile numbers. So that is where we encourage this public-private partnership.
Hi guys, have you ever wondered how bank detect fraudulent activity and prevent scam in real time? It's a complex problem, but the latest AI tools proving effective at identifying suspicious behavior and stopping fraud in its track. As an online consumer, fraud protection is something that impacts you directly. Our innovative solutions uses machine learning algorithm that detects anomalies in how you typically access your account. If something seems off, we'll temporarily restrict access until we can verify it's really the customer. Our parameter sets will look into the counterparty analysis, customer KYC information, historical transaction, and biometric behavior. Let's take a look how it works.
Now we will proceed with the how it works section. The customer will start by logging into their banking application. Once they have arrived on the landing page, they will proceed with the bank transfer option. They will enter the necessary detail such as the counterparty account number and the amount they intend to send. Usually, a confirmation page with a summary of the transaction to be sent will appear where the customer will review the transaction and proceed if everything is correct. After the transaction has been reviewed, the Know Your Transaction process will take place in the backend, where the parameters will go through a few algorithms. The first one is the counterparty screening, which will be done against a few lists where an API call request or data will be imported from CSV and Excel file depending on the availability. The outcome of the matching will be either a true or false statement. The second parameter is the customer's KYC information, where the bank's current customer risk rating will be used. The bank can also opt for personas or customer clustering if they decide not to go with the current customer risk rating. The third parameter is the transactional history, where a random forest or decision tree algorithm will be used to determine whether the current transaction falls outside the normal pattern or not. To increase efficiency and reduce the time taken, an incremental learning method will be used. The bank can also opt for the Z-score method to find outliers if the current hardware specifications are not suitable for machine learning. The last parameter is user behavioral analysis, where a similar algorithm to the transactional history analysis will be used to determine whether the behavior is normal or not. For each of the parameters mentioned before, a positive or true match will be given a specific score. As we can see on the screen right now, this is the proposed parameter scoring matrix. For example, a positive match for the counterparty against AML related adverse news or leaks such as the National Scam Response Center NSRC, IFP, or BNM financial consumer list will be given a score of 5. Another example is a transaction that falls outside the norm for the customer detected by the machine learning algorithm or the Z-score method mentioned in the previous slide will be given a score of 2. After the back-end calculation is done, the transaction will be categorized into 4 risk levels, which is low, medium, high, and very high based on the final score. This is a proposed transaction matrix. For a total score of 0 to 1, the transaction is categorized as low risk. For a low-risk transaction, the customer only need to do one authentication, which is the soft token authenticator or the 6-digit PIN password. For a total score of 2, the transaction will be categorized as medium risk, which requires one additional authentication. The customer can either choose biometric ID if the device supports this feature or email authentication. For a total score of 3, the transaction will be categorized as high risk. No additional authentication is needed. However, there will be a 2-hour cooling off period for the transaction to be released. Finally, for a total score of 5 or more, the transaction will be categorized as very high risk. Another additional authentication is needed where the customer needs to do a selfie authentication with their ID visible in the screenshot or visit the nearest branch to proceed with the transaction.
Guys, our ideas to solve these issues are based on four parameters. Number one, on customers KYC. Number two, on transaction history. Number three, on counterparty. And last but not least, on the behavior analysis.